The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Tax the rich, feed the poor, tell around old rich no more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Talk. I'm Jim Bell.
I'm Paul Daniels.
And
I'm Jeremy Gibbs. I started to say I'm the sound effects guy.
That's tomorrow night, brother.
Well, you need a sound effect. That's your name.
Wrong show. Wrong show, Jeremy.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. What's first subject? Anyone?
Well, I would like to start with Andrew McCabe, if possible.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
How he is demanding immunity to testify against Obama, the FBI, the DOJ, and Hillary Clinton. You know, that's a pretty...
Lynch and all.
Loretta Lynch, Bill Clinton.
Swoop. He was second man.
Yeah. And I believe it sounds like he's talking about Jeff Sessions, too, but don't quote me on that. This is clearly a bombshell thing. If he's asking for immunity, there's clearly something he's done wrong. That's a dead giveaway right now.
To give it to him.
But here's the thing. Now that he's done this, if he doesn't testify, they're going to investigate him even further. Because he's pretty much openly admitted he's done something wrong, and he's going to hide it unless they give him immunity.
Right, yeah. If you're asking for immunity, you did something wrong. I mean, there's no...
You have reason to fear... Yeah, you have reason to fear testifying.
The Obama, the Loretta Lynch, the fucking Eric Holder, you know what I mean? He can give up the whole gang.
Yeah,
then he's worth it. If he's only going to give up Tomi, I could give two shits.
But, well, right now they're only saying that he's facing charges for lying to internal investigators at the FBI.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's credible all by itself, because the FBI's credibility is in question right now, especially with James Comey.
Yeah, that's a underestimate, but go ahead.
So, what becomes of this is probably going to end up being another major investigation that goes nowhere.
Well, that's what I assume, too. You know, everyone says bombshell, and nothing ever fucking happens.
Yeah,
well, it would be a bombshell if something did happen. That's the thing. But
right, but everyone knows it's going to come to naught.
If the FBI's credibility is in question, then what are the chances that anything will actually come of this if they're the ones investigating
they're investigating themselves, and Trump's letting them? I don't get this. Get rid of Rod Rosenstein. Get rid of fucking Sessions. Keep Mueller, just so they can't say you got rid of them to influence Mueller.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then the investigations...
Start with them two and see what shakes.
The funny thing is...
Get rid of Mueller, it just starts again at square one.
The funny thing is, with McCabe wanting immunity, he's at the same time denying any wrongdoing. I mean, why would you need immunity if you didn't do anything wrong?
Exactly. Well, they all do that. Fucking Lois Lerner. She fucking got up there before Congress, did this huge speech about how she was innocent and stuff, and then pleaded the fifth.
Right. And that's probably exactly what he'll end up doing. He'll go in there, unless he gets immunity, he'll go into Congress and plead the fifth on everything.
Yeah, but he'll defend himself with a speech first. Once you start talking to defend yourself or something like that, that's like taking the stand. Now the other side is allowed to question you, and you have to answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bullshit. You can't, in a regular court case, you can't get up on the stand to defend yourself, right? And then when the prosecution comes over, just start going fifth. The judge won't allow it. You have to answer.
Right. They would have to find a way to force him to answer.
Yeah, you just say, well, you're in contempt. Lock him up until he answers. 'Cause
Yeah,
on
but the
contempt,
thing
there
is,
no time limit.
he does have a constitutional right to plead the fifth.
Right.
But
If-
with that said, he's not free from the consequences. You have that right, but that doesn't mean you're having that right doesn't make you free of the consequences.
Right, I understand that, but I just get a kick out of how impudent the fucking Congress is. They pull these people before Congress. Congress has no fucking teeth to hold these people in contempt and stuff. Well, they hold them in contempt, but nothing happens. It's like put them in jail.
Well, the thing is that, the Democrats, they don't have, like Sarah Sanders said this, the Democrats no longer have a message. The Democrats are going to have to decide at some point that they hate this president more than they love this country.
Right,
Exactly.
which they do, and that's the reason why they got no message.
That's
They've been
exactly
doing
why
nothing
they
but
got no
obstructing
message.
Trump and hate Trump, blame Trump,
Yeah, and have you
Well,
noticed that they've pulled
bad mouth the kids, the family.
Have you noticed
Yeah.
they pulled Maxine Waters out of the fucking
Yeah, you don't
circle?
hear much from her anymore.
Oh,
you know,
she
them
did a
big 45.
campaign rally. Get this, she did a campaign rally. I think this was 2 or 3 days ago, and there was thousands of dollars put into this rally. Advertising. I'd probably say she spent close to $1 million or more, $1.5 million, advertising this rally. Only 10 people showed up.
Good. Like I said, the blacks don't even believe in these morons anymore.
Well, no, and that's why, granted, the California primaries didn't go quite the way we had hoped, but it went better
than we had thought.
Yeah, better than we had expected.
Yeah, absolutely. California's got a weird system out there, how they do that, huh?
Yeah, I know. Top two.
What do they call
doesn't
that?
matter the party.
What do they call it?
Jungle something.
Yeah.
Jungle something.
Yeah, I know.
Or something jungle.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad porn title.
You know it's not good.
Do you know what? There is no bad porn.
Yes, there is.
Just
There's
bad
gay
times
porn.
to watch.
There's gay porn.
Ooh.
Okay, well, yeah, that's not good porn. Well, if you're gay, it is.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Well, I'm just saying.
Wow.
And kitty porn.
All right, you got me on that one. I was gonna come up with something brilliant.
That's
and then you just shot that down.
Bill Clinton recently had a rally where some guy showed up and questioned him about 26 different flights that Bill Clinton took on what they classified as the Lolita Express, which was Jeffrey Epstein's private jet.
Right, to Pedophile
He's
Island.
not the only one. There's quite a few people that do.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? The actor. What's his name? Fuck. De Niro.
Robert De Niro?
Yeah, he's been there. De Niro likes children, and not in a good way.
Right.
Oh, I should say allegedly. Sorry.
Too much affection for children.
There we
Yeah.
go. See if I can click on this before it disappears.
He's
Try
got
to read.
creepy uncle syndrome.
Right. Okay, it says, while attending a Bill Clinton speaking event, Kaplan. It doesn't give the guy's frickin' first name. It just says Kaplan. Interrupted and shouted, "Why did you fly on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times? What were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?" The crowd booed this guy, and he was escorted out of the building.
Oh,
Well, of course.
Isn't that retarded?
Of course. You
Don't
can't-
answer the question, though.
Nope. Just pretend it didn't happen. Remove this
Yeah,
man.
he's
Right.
the wrong man. He shouldn't
Well,
be here. No,
On the
Clinton
roster
shouldn't
of
be
people who
here.
took flights on this, on the list of people who took flights on this, right under Clinton's name is Kevin Spacey.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, is he another one that rides on the plane?
Kevin
Yes.
Spacey, yeah. Well, if the proof isn't in the pudding, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
He's
already
been accused
for
of,
underage.
Spacey's been accused of molesting multiple people, and a lot of them underage boys.
Yeah, like 15-year-old
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Younger than that, too. The Family Guy did a thing on that, where Stewie runs to an airport and nude, saying, I just escaped from Spacey's basement.
And
that was years ago.
Dan Bongino, I'm sure you guys know who that is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
He is claiming he has information on Bill Clinton's flights on that plane, and that most of these flights involved him having sexual relations with underage individuals. It doesn't say boys or girls, it just says individuals.
Billy swings on both sides, huh?
Sounds this way. Then
I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you heard him lately with him and James Patterson? He's all for the Me Too movement, even though he is the fucking reason for the
the Me Too movement, believe it or not, is set to protest a Bill Clinton rally in Austin, Texas.
No way. Good for them. They're actually
Well, what's this, another book signing? Because he's coming out with the book, and how I forget what the book's
June
about.
10th. It's to protest rapists
Oh my God!
at a Bill Clinton rally.
You know what? If they're actually, do you know what? I thought and I still do. I think the Me Too movement's just a bunch of bullshit.
It is.
But if they're actually going to go after Clinton and everyone else, then fine. As long as you're going after everyone, Republican, Democrat, if you don't have an agenda.
No, but the only Democrat they're going after is Bill.
Well,
he's the biggest on the plate.
This Kaplan guy, though,
going after him.
this Kaplan
They should
guy is
go
probably
after all
going to
the
turn up
Democrats.
dead somewhere because he's confronting everybody. He's confronted Bill Clinton. He apparently publicly confronted Joe Biden over him inappropriately touching young girls.
Oh yeah, he loves to touch kids. Wow.
Yeah, this guy is not
Yeah,
a
he
very
likes to touch
popular
their
man
show,
anymore.
Yeah, I seen that video. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. He's like rubbing the little girl's chest. It's like, why don't you just lift her dress up and
Right.
pop a feel? You're 3/4 of the way there.
Well, first base.
Yeah, you got to first base with a 7-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for you,
12-year-old.
Joe. Creepy Uncle Joe.
Right.
You should be running for president. All we're going to do is show you fucking videos of you rubbing little girls.
And that would be the one. Just him groping children. That would be fucking beautiful.
And
And,
that-
there's enough. You could
If
run
Fox showed it, the
You-
other channel's got no choice but to show it.
you could do it like an infomercial,
Wait.
like a half hour long, because he's
Well, you
groped
know,
enough children.
all these Democrats and these Hollywood elite are involved in a lot of different beauty pageants and shit around the world. But the only one that's being targeted for anything is Miss America, and that's because Donald Trump owns it.
Yeah. Or I think he did own it. I'm not sure if he still does.
They are now saying that they're doing away with the swimsuit section of the Miss America pageant.
And the evening dresses.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
sad.
Why bother?
That's why they're doing this is they can have the transvestites come in too.
Well,
of
that's
course they're
probably
women.
true.
Well, yeah.
They are
I have
women.
not thought of that.
Yeah, because you don't want to see a big old fucking bulge in the front of your bikini.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're getting rid of it, so they can have guys come in.
Oh my God, you're right.
And then it's not a beauty pageant anymore because they're not going to judge on their outward appearance.
Yeah. So what do you call it?
You know what I mean? We're going to get touchy-feely and listen to a comment. Oh, that was deep.
Yeah, because I mean,
Right.
these women are fucking geniuses. Have you ever heard?
Especially the transvestites. Oh, they made it.
What are
Real
we
fun.
hearing?
I just want world peace.
Oh, my bad. I've got audio coming through from an oracle, and I thought I was hearing it on your guys' end. I was getting ready to yell at somebody.
Too many boxes open.
Yeah, too many windows open. I'm sitting here surfing through articles. I was going to talk about the Sarah Sanders one, but the part that I wanted to mention was not in the article that I had up, and I didn't feel like searching for a new one, so.
Well, do you remember it?
What I want to do is set up the Tomi Lahren one for the California
Yeah.
primary and how much Trump support helped.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a Republican running as governor.
No, didn't she start out with Glenn Beck?
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got a little too
And
conservative
smartly
for
enough
him.
to leave while he was going shithead or shithead.
Does the Blaze even exist anymore?
I have no idea.
Yes, it does.
Never
Matter of
watched it,
fact,
never followed it.
Ben Shapiro is in process of trying to buy it.
Oh, no shit.
Yes.
Really?
I hope he gets it because Glenn Beck turned it into a fucking shithole.
Right. And
Well,
Beck's
I'll
gonna
be
try
honest
to
with
get
you.
what he paid for it, and that ain't gonna happen.
If Ben Shapiro's got the kind of money it takes to buy the Blaze, I would be seriously concerned about his credibility or how legitimate he is.
Well, maybe he just got investors to help. You never know. It's not like he's buying it with his own cash. Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut off some access audio that keeps popping up in the background here. Anyway. But,
Yeah, I stopped listening to Beck when he went out.
holy
he started-
motherfucker, I'm going to kill this video. Keeps starting back over and popping the audio on while I'm trying to listen.
I lost all respect for Beck when he started with the Trump
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and, that's one of the reasons Tomi Lahren's not there anymore. He pretty much thought she was too conservative, accused her of racial bias and all kinds of crazy
He's the one that's
shit,
too conservative.
and then clearly she left the show, and I believe she's now with Fox.
Yes. I wonder if Dana Loesch is still there.
I have not heard anything out of her on Fox in a while.
I know she's
Or,
with Fox too.
Dana
Yeah.
Loesch?
Yeah,
She is.
Mhm.
I never see her on
she's a
Fox,
commentator.
really. Oh, she is?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and they're talking about how they refer to this deep state. Speaking of Fox News, they're talking about saying that Sean Hannity is their next target.
Oh, I would not
Who's-
doubt that, Sean Hannity.
Who's next target?
Hannity.
Who's next target?
The deep state, as they would call it.
And the deep state
Is
is
Obama's shadow government.
Yeah, pretty much.
they're
That was,
about gone, and the ones that are hanging around are going to get in big trouble.
They never go away. They might
Well-
disappear for a little while. They go back under their rock,
Mhm.
but they'll eventually they pop out again. They're always lurking. That's what they do. They lurk.
Well, yeah, it's like that around the world, though. We got anybody who doesn't cooperate with the deep state gets kicked out of this or kicked out of that. They get trashed in the media, and right now over in the UK, the EU has told the UK military to get out.
Good.
Basically,
Good. Then they can bring their fucking people back and defend England. And they should use them to go into all these fucking no-go neighborhoods and shit.
I'll
where the
tell you,
fucking
I don't
Muslims run
know
rampant.
what you believe in or not, but the UK needs a lot of prayer. We'll just say that.
No, they got no backbone. They got to stand up against
Yeah.
the fucking things and throw them out or make them force them to be a goddamn citizen. Otherwise,
Exactly.
go home.
They need
Simple
to
as
get that. They
If
need
you
to get
can't
that
assimilate,
fucking.
get the fuck out.
I mean, I can't say I hate Muslims because I don't know any, but they need to
Me
get that
neither, but,
fucking mayor.
From what I do
of
know, they all
London.
suck.
The mayor of London needs to be gone.
Oh, he's an ass. He is such an ass.
Needs
when
to
he's
be
talking
gone.
about-
This is what I'm talking about.
He's
They
talking-
got to stand up. They got this moron running in London. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
Yeah, when it came to terrorist attacks, he goes, well, that's something people are going to have to accept. But when a Muslim gets beaten up, oh, this is unacceptable. Oh, so a terrorist bombing is something we'll have to learn to accept. But
right.
if you retaliate, it's unacceptable. Stop it.
Yeah. And it's, oh God. You know, what was I getting ready to say? I got sidetracked listening to you guys. ADHD squirrel.
ADHD squirrel. What the hell
Yeah,
is that?
people with ADHD, it's a running joke that they'll be in the middle of a conversation and all of a sudden squirrel and they run off.
Yeah, like a shiny object goes by and they lose their
I
attention.
do that all the time. I can be in the middle of a conversation and forget what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I ask you, and I never get a clear answer from anybody.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You know, the UK needs to get rid of the Muslim politicians. I'm not, like I said, I can't say I hate Muslims because I don't know any. I've never met one that I know of. But they need to,
You have.
Oh, who?
Cat Stevens.
You never met him. It's not like you had dinner with him.
But he heard him, so you know one.
Well, yeah. Well, he knows a ton of them if you go with that attitude.
Right.
He knows the mayor of London.
The point I was trying to make is what's going on over there. If we don't watch it, will be happening over here. We have right now, as I speak, at least 90 Muslims running for political office in the United States.
Yeah, mostly in California and New York. It's all
and
your fucking minority regions because they're all claiming minority status. They come over here and all of a sudden they're special.
Actually, most of them are running for office in Michigan.
Yep, they're Dearborn
The
especially.
guy running for governor is a Muslim. He would be the first Muslim governor if he wins.
Well, you know they got one guy out there that they claim the deep state is grooming to be the next president.
Well, good luck.
Good luck. I don't see anybody voting for him.
No, I don't either because, like Barack Obama came out of nowhere, no experience.
Right, people voted for him. White people voted. They'll be leery the next time, especially a Muslim. Bullshit.
Exactly.
They're not going to vote for him because he's a Muslim.
That's exactly the point Jeremy was going to get to.
Exactly. It won't be, hey, I got to vote for this guy or I'm a racist. It won't be like that the next time around.
Not because they've seen the results of the fucking last 8 years.
Yeah, and then they freaking, they voted him in twice.
They voted with their heart and not their head.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't vote for this guy, you're a racist. No, I'm not voting for the guy because I don't fucking trust him.
Exactly.
I didn't vote for him the first time, and I didn't vote for him the second time. Why would I vote for somebody else that's coming out of nowhere with no experience?
Well, everyone could use that example with Trump. Well, he had no experience.
Not exactly. Trump.
He knows how politics work. He was a fucking builder, a contractor in New York City.
Trump had plenty of experience. He was just never officially a politician. He dealt with politicians on a daily basis.
Big build up for this clip here. This is Tomi Lahren.
So hot.
Talking about that Trump made a difference even in California. He made a difference.
Tomi Lahren is so hot. If she said bow to me right now, I would do it without question.
If she told me to, if she wanted to shit on me, I'd let her.
Jimmy.
And I don't like shit. I don't even like my own shit, never mind somebody else's.
Well, there you go. What a segue.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll be right back.
So the big news out of last night, John Cox, Republican, going up for governor. I think it's a sign that there are a number of people in California that are wanting some real change.
Well, you know, we didn't expect huge victories in the state of California, at least for the Republicans. We knew that that wasn't going to happen. But seeing a Republican on the ballot for governor, especially with the way that this state runs its primary, is significant for us. And it also shows that a Trump endorsement works. Even in the liberal state of California, a Trump endorsement means something. I believe it has a lot to do with immigration, also taxes, regulations, but moving forward, we're going to have to fight, but we're ready to do it.
Well, one of the things, Tommy, is I know Republicans had worried that unless a Republican finished in the top 2, it would be 2 Democrats for that big state office. And then with the other congressional races and stuff like that, what would turn people out? Thankfully for the Republicans, they said last night, we've got a Republican at the top, and so people are going to go out and vote, and it's going to be better for us, and maybe that blue wave might be actually a little red.
Well, what I hope that yesterday and today and ongoing is going to show Republicans in this state is that we have to turn out, we have to be vocal, we have to make sure that we're voting. We succeeded yesterday in making sure that we have John Cox on the ballot, making sure that we can propel him forward, but that doesn't mean that the fight is over. We have to continue. He has to make sure that his messaging is very clear to Californians. We want to make a change. I think we're going to do it. It's going to be a tough battle. Right. We know in this state, Gavin Newsom is going to be the favorite, but we have a chance. For first time in a long time, we have a chance.
Well, here's the thing. In terms of the House, there's about 7 very contentious fights there. And a lot of people believe the House will go Democrat or Republican, depending on what happens in California with Darrell Issa's seat and Dana Rohrabacher's seat. And so far, the jungle primary has not yielded solid Democrats or solid Republicans for that, but it got quite close because there's so many Democrats who felt as though they wanted to run for that seat. It diffused a lot of the votes, so it allowed Rohrabacher and others to stay up top.
Yeah, perhaps they got a little too excited with their blue wave and it actually ended up helping out some Republicans. But hey, there are some things in the state that we can look at, the small victories we're going to take. We have a California state senator who is facing recall because of his vote for, again, a higher gas tax. So that just shows that Californians are upset with the high taxes. We're upset with failed immigration policies and no border enforcement. We're tired of overregulation. We're tired of unaffordability. So this is a good sign, small victories, but we'll take them.
All right, Tomi, a lot of folks in the media have been having a field day about where on earth Melania Trump is, and we might have just hit rock bottom with one reporter from the Rolling Stone, Jamil Smith. Let me just read you his tweet. He says, "I wish that I didn't suspect that the prolonged, poorly explained public absence of Melania Trump could be about concealing abuse. I wish that it was a ludicrous prospect. I wish that the president wasn't a man with a history of abusing women, including those to whom he is married." No sources, nothing to back this up. Welcome to 2018.
By the way, that's not true, but go ahead.
Right.
Well, we hear journalists and we hear the mainstream media often complain that Trump attacks them, that Trump goes after them, that they're losing credibility because of this president. No, I'm sorry. They're losing credibility because of things like that. To advance something so ridiculous like that and put that out there with no sources, no facts, just to speculate on that, that's the reason that the American public does not trust the mainstream media, does not trust journalists. To put something out there like that, I don't care if you're anti-Trump. That's one thing. But when you go as far as to say that Melania might be abused and that's why we haven't seen her in a while and she's just suffered an illness and a surgery, that's ridiculous. And I hope the American people are looking at this and watching it as a further example of, again, Trump derangement syndrome.
All right. And just real quick, what would happen to that writer if they had said that about Michelle Obama?
Oh, that writer wouldn't be working anymore. There would be an outrage over this. But again, we know that the double standard is the only standard the left operates on. And they're really hurting themselves at the end of the day when they advance this ridiculousness. I think most Americans are smart enough to know that it's ridiculous. And they look at this, and this writer, I believe, has lost a lot of credibility because of it.
Yeah, unbelievable. This is not someone with an egg on Twitter. This is an actual...
blue check.
Someone that works for the Rolling Stone. Unreal. Tomi, good to have you with us this morning.
Welcome back, everybody. Got lost in another room.
Oh, shit. But we're back, right?
We're back.
Oh, okay. Is Jeremy with us? Or is he still up grabbing a beer?
He left, yeah.
To comment on the audio, I kind of got lost for a second there. Yeah. California is going to see, they have to see some kind of a change. They cannot continue down the road they've been going. If they do, it's only going to lead to ruin.
Even the people, like I said, the middle class is moving out. The only one, and the upper class is leaving too. Because they get nobody to work for them except for the lower class, and they're useless.
Yeah. The only people that are staying in California are the Hollywood elitists and poor people. And fucking
and nobody in between to pay taxes.
Well, the only reason poor people can stay in there is because they can't afford to leave.
Well, yeah. Why would they leave? They're treated like fucking gold. Set up a tent there, set up a tent there. go shit and piss over there, right out in public.
Well, then, but the thing is once they get so far, even they won't matter unless they're a foreigner.
Right. Well, that's another kettle of fish.
Mm-hmm.
Our own homeless will fall victim to illegal homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't
that's
matter.
what most of San Francisco is illegal homeless.
Well, yeah, but no, there's a lot of domestic homeless there, too.
No.
Yes, there is.
Well, they're
It's the sanctuary state, and where do they go?
I understand
Francisco.
that, but there's still tons of American-born citizens.
I'll
that
guarantee
are
you half the
homeless.
city is talking Spanish.
Oh, I don't doubt that, Jimmy. I don't doubt that.
well,
But
yeah.
I'm saying there is a lot of homegrown fucking homeless people there, too, that have no desire to change their life in any way, shape, or form. And
Unless they're in a gang.
Well, there's enough. Actually, gang members have a house.
This is true. Illegally, probably.
It's still a house. I don't care if it's a crack house or whatever. They have a house. They have an address. I'll give gangs that, at least. They're not fucking trying to sell me oranges or fucking wash my windshield when I come up to a stoplight.
That's the way, like in Colombia, same thing. Every place where you stop, they got something they want to sell you.
In Tennessee, when I was down in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, every fucking time you get off the highway, you know, you got the on-ramps and the off-ramps, there'd be one standing at every single one holding a sign. Go fuck yourself.
Get a job.
They all came there to get famous in Nashville. Well, guess what? You're holding a cardboard sign now. Maybe you might want to think about going back to where you came from.
Play the blues.
The problem with getting famous is, especially the music industry, they only let you hear what they want you to hear.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care how good you sound. They don't give a shit. If it's not in their agenda, you ain't going to hear it on the radio.
Nah, because they won't, the DJs won't even play it.
They're not allowed to.
Well, yeah. Like the old payola schemes of past.
Exactly. Sun Records was in that.
The music industry's always been a fucking cesspool. Always. I mean, even back in the 40s and shit, 30s.
Well, they made it that. Well, that's back in the 20s is when music started playing with people dancing all the time.
Right, and actually, like, dancing together and stuff like that.
They weren't doing
classical. Well, that almost like a sexual manner, but not really. But for the time,
for their time,
it's
considered dirty dancing.
Yes, exactly. Doing the fucking Charleston.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, look at that.
And then the
She's
flappers.
kicking her legs up.
The flappers, yes.
The flappers.
They all had the short bobbed hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in the 1800s, they had all them long dresses with the dress underneath on the frame, metal frame.
And the corsets that they pulled them so tight.
Like I said, that wasn't dancing, you know what I mean?
No.
You couldn't
couldn't
fucking do anything in that dance. No salsa, no nothing.
No, nothing. And it'd take you an hour to fucking get all the shit off. Even if
you could do a waltz, and that's about it.
Yeah. Everyone bows to each other, and then they twirl once, and then they move 2 steps, and they just twirl again. Oh my God!
Hell, they still dress that to a point almost into the 20s.
Oh yeah, the 20s is where everything really changed.
Well, because of 1919, they abandoned, they abolished liquor, alcohol.
You know, cocaine was fucking.
Yeah, that went real well.
So, they got these peoples in these small places to come in and drink. There wasn't not much for them to do, so that's why they started dancing.
Right, it took up time.
Well, not only that, but when you drank, you had a lot of energy. So you burn up energy, and that's what dancing does.
Yeah, well, back then they had coke
you
and
build up a
everything.
thirst. You sold more.
Don't forget, during Prohibition, when you went to a speakeasy or something like that, you fucking nursed your drink.
Right. Because they were expensive.
Oh, fuck yeah. And there wasn't a lot of it around. Unless you wanted to drink shit that'd make you go blind.
Or worked for Al Capone.
Yeah. That's, you know the term, the real McCoy? You know where that comes from? That's a prohibition term. This guy McCoy would take his boat. He had a real fast boat. And he would take it over to Canada and get alcohol and run it back into fucking Michigan. And he'd do it constantly. He was getting away with it. And because there was so much bad alcohol out there, they would ask, is it the real McCoy? Because he was like one of the major fucking alcohol distributors during Prohibition. And they would test it to see if it was the real McCoy. Because you don't want to drink isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, no.
No.
Kitty Dukakis used to like it, though.
Yeah.
Evidently, she liked that. I know it's an obscure term. A governor here in Massachusetts, way back, his wife was a raging alcoholic, and she couldn't get a hold of any alcohol.
Yeah, she started out with mouthwash or something.
Yeah, and moved up to isopropyl.
Isopropyl, yeah.
I hope she went for the 90%, because the 70%.
I got a guy I work with does that.
Drinks
He'll bring,
isopropyl.
he brings mouthwash in, mixed with vodka.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's probably one of our Friday night listeners.
He might be.
That's the class of people we seem to get.
Well, I don't know. He's a big liberal.
Oh, God, he must be insufferable.
Yeah, kind of. He would get in my face and argue with me, telling me that Hillary Clinton was going to beat Trump. Trump was never going to be nothing. And then when she lost, and I said something about it, he didn't speak to me for over a month.
Good. That was well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would have walked in with the biggest smile on my face. Do. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, yeah, he won't talk to me about politics right now because Trump's in office.
Had Hillary won, though, it would have been a daily event.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, have you seen what Hillary's doing? She's making pedophilia legal. That's a step forward for America.
Well, that's exactly what it would sound like if she won.
It would have sounded exactly like that, because she would have been on their side. She's a horrible, horrible human being. She has not one redeeming quality. I defy anyone to fucking give me one redeeming quality that Hillary Clinton has.
Well, they had that one politician recently who come out and admitted to being a pedophile.
She is good at debasing women that her husband has been harassed.
That's not redeeming, though, Jimmy. I'm talking a good quality. I'm not saying being good at something. Being good at being evil is not redeeming.
That's about what she's good at.
She's good at being evil. Yeah. But that's not a redeeming quality.
She don't have any redeeming quality. I bet she can't even suck a dick.
I heard Dennis Miller say the best thing when he was being interviewed by Larry.
But she gives great helmet.
And Larry King said, something about Trump, something about Hillary. He goes, all right, Donald Trump's inner voice is the same as his outer voice. He goes, which works good for him a lot of times. Sometimes it fucks him up. Hillary Clinton's inner voice and outer voice have never even had a fucking cup of coffee together. When her inner voice is kept totally secret to her outer voice. Because if you heard her inner voice, you'd go, that is fucking Satan.
Yeah, she's an evil person.
She's evil. It's not like God or the devil or nothing. It's not nothing like that. She's just an evil fuck. She loves. She
got indoctrinated on the liberal college bullshit and being a woman feminist and the whole 9 yards, and it all went to her head.
Yeah.
And that's why she will never change, and she will never be a person that anybody would like.
And she will go. She has no point of view.
No.
Whatever the base wants or what our fucking liberal freaks want. That's what she wants. It could be this one day, it could be that the next day.
Well, until it takes money away from her. Then
well, we were talking about that pedophiles a minute ago. Nathan Larson is the guy I was talking about. 37 years old, from Virginia, running for Congress, and openly admits he's a pedophile. Wow. He has admitted to raping his ex-wife.
Okay.
And nobody's doing anything to this guy. Nothing.
Wait a minute. He admitted, because I got to look this up now. I'm not doing
his late ex-wife. He admitted he bragged in websites about raping his late ex-wife. His ex-wife is apparently dead because they refer to her as late.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she didn't get to the interview on time.
Right.
And he admits this, and he's still in the running. Wow.
Well, they can't do anything. She can't testify.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of hard to testify from the here
and they can't dig up any evidence. Pardon
but he
the pun.
admitted it.
Yeah.
And he also admitted he's a pedophile.
Yeah. He's from Virginia. Can you guess what city?
Richmond?
I was going to say Richmond.
No, I'm actually shocked you guys said that one.
Why? What town? Alexandria.
Nope.
What?
It was in the news quite quickly for several months last year.
Charlottesville?
Yep.
Oh, shit. That's where, what's his name? Monticello's in Charlottesville.
Oh, Madison?
No, fucking Jefferson.
Jefferson?
That's in Charlottesville. Been there. Not really that impressive of a house. But to get back to the pedophile, because I will just totally go in that direction. He should not be allowed to run. He admitted he's a pedophile. You've admitted you've just committed...
Who shouldn't?
The guy running for office in Virginia. He admitted to being a pedophile and raping his ex-wife, who is now dead, so she can't defend herself.
Right.
You just admitted to a Class A felony. Raping a child is a Class A felony. Right?
Well, he didn't specifically admit to actually raping any child. He just said he's a pedophile.
Oh, so he's not an active pedophile. He's a pedophile in fucking training?
Right.
In retirement.
No, if you're a pedophile...
How old is he?
I don't know.
37.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, then,
so he's got a lot of years left in him to rape children.
Right.
He's not like a 65-year-old guy that's going to lose interest soon.
Well, there's also that other
that
petition.
thinks he's in remission.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. To be a pedophile, don't you actually have to rape a child? Right. Just because you think it doesn't make you a pedophile.
Right. There's one who wants to legalize pedophilia.
See, you know who Milo is, right? From Breitbart.
Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yes.
Yankovic or something? Not Yankovic.
Or Yiannopoulos?
Yiannopoulos,
yes.
That's it.
I seen a thing with him because he was big into the gay movement back in the day. He goes, and I was involved with these people. He goes, and I'm telling you right now, the agenda of the gay agenda is absolutely the legalization of pedophilia. That is the end goal. He goes, that's when I got out. He goes, look, I'm a gay guy. He goes, I like guys. Hey, that's fine. That's whatever you do. He goes, but I'm not into children. He goes, but that is their end agenda. That is what they want.
This politician wants to legalize sex with kids aged 10 and older.
Well, at least he didn't go to 7. Unbelievable, 10 years old. How can a 10-year-old kid even...
Okay, so long as they're married. That's the sticker. The sticking point is as long as they're married.
No, see,
well.
Yeah, so he wants to legalize marrying.
That's the Muslim religion.
And that is their back door into it. Well, a Muslim can do it. Why can't
Right.
I? Well, no, a Muslim can't do that here.
Well, they do.
No, they can't.
They do it anyway.
Not here, they don't.
They don't tell
They do it
nobody.
in Europe. No, they don't do it here.
They still, what do they call, barter for their
Right.
wives.
But there's no marriage license and stuff. They may say they're married to a 10-year-old or something like that.
They don't care
But in the
about
United
going
States-
to at the city hall
Well-
and getting a
Right.
marriage
No,
license. That means nothing to
I
them.
know, but the thing is, right, like Jeremy said, they want to do it through marriage, to legalize it through marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to legally do that through marriage is you have to legally be married. And you can't do that in the United States. Not yet.
Which means it has to
No,
be
they don't
legal to
have
marry a
because,
kid.
Like I said, they're not going to City Hall to get a
I
marriage
know,
license.
Jimmy, but you're missing the fucking
No,
point.
you're not missing it because they're still marrying children.
That's exactly
But
what
not
they want here in
telling
the United States.
government.
But not legally.
That's what this
Jeff.
politician wants. By legalizing sex with kids, he's also trying to get legalized marriage to kids.
Yes, legal. So you can go to the town hall and do it. Legally.
Uh-huh.
You can't do
And
that
get this,
right now.
believe it or not, I'm going to tell you something that might make you laugh. It may not, but it might. Snopes was asked if congressional candidate Nathan Larson, which is the guy we were just talking about, admitted to being a pedophile. They did an investigation, and what do you think that?
What Snopes said?
Yes.
Absolutely not. No, they covered for him. They said, oh, no, that's
No.
not true.
They actually said it was true.
What?
Well, they're looking.
Mhm.
Fucking Snopes?
They're looking for credibility.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Well, do you know what? They picked
Because
a
they've
good
That was
one.
my
lost-
first thought when
they've
I
lost
saw
the
that.
credibility in the last year or so. No.
Wow. Because Snopes...
That was my
is the
first thought
biggest-
when I saw that.
Snopes is the biggest piece of shit fucking engine out there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's
But you're
Okay.
right.
Let's see.
They're trying to
This
look for
politician,
credibility.
he wants to legalize pedophilia. He wants to legalize marrying kids. And he wants also, last but not least, wants to legalize incest.
Well, you know what? There you go. See, once you go into sexual deviancy, it just goes in every
Yeah,
direction.
everything should be legal
Mhm.
because we got one.
Yeah. Well, do you
And
know what it
all
is?
of this,
Because gay people go, well, now they can, love who they love legally, right?
Yeah,
And now the-
eight-year-olds.
Now no, but I'm saying gay people, two consenting adults. Now the pedophiles going, well, they can love who they love. Why can't I?
Right.
exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
8-year-olds. What do they get to and I can't?
All of this is not necessarily being started by one politician, but the same politician that wants to legalize sex with kids is the same one who wants to legalize incest, and the same one that wants to legalize marrying kids.
Do you know what somebody should do? Is light his house on fire with him in it, with a bullet in his head.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you know what?
Get
I'm
this.
I'm not even apologizing for saying I want
Well, there
somebody
was-
murdered. I want him murdered.
For the longest time, it doesn't really seem that long ago because Trump's not been in office very long, but there was a rumor that he had signed a bill lowering the age of sexual consent.
Two.
As it doesn't say 13, I believe, but Snopes said that was false.
Well, do you know what? Maybe it was. Snopes sucks. Do you know what Snopes
Well,
is? A guy. His
Maybe that's what
ex-wife
they're doing.
And his new.
They're not
fucking-
only
the people
they're
that-
not only looking for credibility, but they might be using a reverse psychology tactic. Because a whole lot of people don't believe anything that Snopes says. They believe the exact opposite of what Snopes says. So they figure if they say something's false about Trump, these people are going to say it's probably true if Snopes says it's not.
Exactly. You know what Snopes is? It's a guy, his ex-wife, the hooker that he ended up divorcing her and marrying, And
Well, be careful where you go with this. These people were paranormal investigators. Shana might kick your ass if you go too far.
You know what? On that one, thank you for adding that, because as soon as you try to put something like that and credibility together, you kind of lose.
Well,
Snoop's
I
lost
would.
me.
Yeah,
5
but
years ago.
believe in what you believe in. I'm not. There is science behind paranormal investigations. I'm not saying any of it's true, and I'm not saying any of it's false, because me personally, I haven't witnessed anything like that.
I can't prove it either way.
But there are people there, thousands of them, mind you, that swear up and down they have. They can't all be wackos. They can't all be wrong.
He's going in and out on mine, something fearsome. I'm missing half of what you said.
Well, fix your fix your
It's
stuff.
not on my end.
Oh, it has to be. Everything on my end's always perfect.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, these headphones are done. I gotta get a new pair this week.
Told you it was on your end.
Yeah, it actually is. It's a fucking stupid cord.
All right, I'm gonna finish out with the Tomi Lahren, and
yes, let's talk about sexy things.
We gotta keep going because I gotta go now to do it. The View mocked her, and that's what it starts out with, and then she gets a chance to redeem herself on Fox and Friends.
The idea that immigrants come over here and they
Yeah,
don't
let
know
me see if I
anything
can
and
look
they're
that
dragging
up.
us down, because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi Lahren.
She talks about low skills. What exactly are her skills?
Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh my gosh. 1930 census says Tommy's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either. She doesn't even know her own history. She certainly doesn't know this country's history.
Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren is here to respond to that. So, Tomi, what led to that bashing on The View?
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German.
Okay.
And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally, but what she was hoping to do was try to call me a hypocrite for believing in merit-based immigration. Again, she failed miserably. But this really isn't what she calls resistance genealogy. It's just another indication of Trump derangement syndrome.
But
I really am happy, though, that she has such a fascination with my family history, and I'm hoping that she will take on Elizabeth Warren's next.
Wow, that would be very interesting. Tomi, a couple of things. They do not understand the conversations about illegal immigration and immigration. One group of people signs the guest book and says, I'd like to stay, here's my credentials. The other sneaks in. They might both be fine people, just as there's a way in and there's a wrong way in. And for them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was possible. What is it about you that bothers them so much?
Well, it's not just me. It's anybody who advocates for merit-based immigration or has an issue with open borders. And again, just like you said, they don't seem to understand that we on the right believe in immigration. We understand that we are a nation of immigrants, and I am proud of my heritage. However, I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with. But they don't want to acknowledge that whatsoever.
Did you provide them with DNA, 23andMe? Because I cannot believe the detail on your background that they were able to get.
Well, I don't have to. She did all the research for me, so I'm sure my family is very appreciative.
What about Joy saying, though, what are your skills? It's beyond research. It is personal. It is mean.
Well, of course, this is classical Joy Behar, but I would like to ask Joy Behar what her skills are, because perhaps we could swap stories. I know I watch Joy, and she seems like a highly skilled lady, but for her to attack me, that's really interesting. Those in glass houses should not throw stones.
Meanwhile, one other thing, the New York Times has this headline: breaking up immigrant families. This also has to do with immigration. A look at the latest border tactic. Clearly, as we have heard from the Attorney General of the United States, Tomi, this administration is actually going to be enforcing our immigration laws, where during the Obama years, not so much.
Well, during the Obama years, it was a cattle call to come into this nation illegally. And furthermore, this is, again, the left's attempt at emotional blackmail. And I would just like to state, I don't know if they understand this or not, but if you don't want your family to be broken up when you cross the border illegally, here's an idea. Don't cross the border illegally. Then your family will surely stay together. I don't know why the left can't think of this, but they would rather try to tell us that we hate families, we want to break up families, we're horrible, we're despicable. No, we want to enforce federal immigration law, which is why it exists in the first place. But again, the left cannot seem to understand this concept.
Well, and the United States is trying to enforce our border regulations down south. Over the last couple of years, it hasn't been so much. And then the news out of Israel yesterday was the fact that the Israelis were protecting their border, and the Palestinians understood that there could be trouble, but nonetheless, their leaders said, go ahead, breach the border, climb over the wall, because the Israeli soldiers have run away.
Well, as we've seen, Israel clearly doesn't play around, but every nation has the right to enforce their border. Every nation has a right to protect its citizens. I've said it before. You don't lock your door because you hate the people outside. You lock it because you believe in protecting the people inside. That is why we have a border. But the left would rather us have open borders. Again, that's a threat to our safety and security. And we that believe in legal immigration and we that believe in border enforcement will never stand for that, ever.
So, Tomi, on behalf of the people of Norway and Germany, we thank you for your appearance this morning. Together, you've become a fine human being.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Okay.
Still waiting for Elizabeth Warren's genealogy, though. Maybe she'll work on that one next.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe it'll be a talking point today on The View.
Thanks, Tomi.
I was young, I was foolish, I was angry.